these cowboy fucking from my cold dead hand Texas fucking pigs don't do shit when it counts, dude.
Yeah.
It fucking made me so mad, dude.
Welcome to Get Heavy Podcast. With your host, Craig Casamas and Big J Curran.
Cheers. What's going on, Jay? A little fucking Saturday day podcast. You know what I mean?
It's, sit there and fucking chug a bunch of coffee and fucking wrestle myself around trying to get up off the couch.
I know, right? It's fucking brutal.
Let's
see, how are you on?
Yeah, we had talked about 10 and
yeah,
I was up, but I was like, man, I don't want to.
It's hard to get your fucking brain together that early, dude. Anyway, you're looking good. You're looking a little rested. A little more.
I don't
rested.
feel like it.
No, not at all.
No.
All right.
There might be a nap in the future today, although I doubt it once I get going.
Can you nap? Are you a napper?
No.
Me neither.
I try.
Do you?
Yeah, I took a nap yesterday.
Did you?
Yeah,
nice.
But I mean, I up late Thursday, up early Friday, knowing I have to go to work last night.
Right.
It just wasn't. I needed a nap, man. And
Yeah.
I laid down and crashed for an hour solid.
Oh, that's amazing.
Didn't even hear nobody come in the house. Nothing. And usually I hear the front door open in the middle of the night. And I'm
pretty
awake.
light sleeper. Yeah, dude. It's fucking rough, dude. I can't nap. I just can't. Like, unless I'm dead, like dead. Like, I didn't sleep very well at all on Thursday night. Got through work all day yesterday and then crashed out. Like, I just even if I could have taken a nap, I just can't, dude. Like, so I just ended up going to bed at like 8:30, 9 o'clock or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I slept really fucking well, which is nice. You know what I mean? But I can't do it. I can't fucking do it.
I don't. I know quite a few people that I love a nap.
I know. I got some extreme nappers in my life.
Yeah, and I'm envious.
I know. I'm so
but
jealous.
I'm like, why am I in bed at 3 o'clock in the afternoon?
Right.
Like, this is.
Yeah, I feel like I wasted the day, even if I am exhausted and I need it.
Yeah.
But Rosie, like, whenever anything terrible happens to Rosie, she goes to sleep like immediately. Like, and she can lay down and fall asleep within 5 minutes, dude. It's like, I'm so jealous, dude. I almost want to fucking slap her or something. Wake her
Just
up.
wake her up. Yeah, I know what you mean.
What do you think you are, dude?
I am fortunate that when I decide to go to sleep, I sleep.
Yeah,
like I mean, I will lay there and go, hey, good night, and then I'm out.
I don't have trouble falling asleep at night at all. Usually.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. I did on Thursday because I had a lot of shit going on in my mind. You know what I mean. But I don't know what the fuck happened. But I also had a couple vodkas, and that I think I'm such a lightweight with the booze now, dude. It fucked me up. Like, I literally, like, my mind was like like racing.
Oh God,
fuck,
that
man.
must be nice.
I know, right? Yeah, I had I literally poured 2 shots into my water and like drank them.
Yeah,
that's fucking hammered, dude.
Yeah, that's
such a light. I know.
Fuck.
My tolerance used to be like 8, 9 fucking Jack and Cokes a night.
And then sit here and just be able to chill.
Fine,
yeah.
Dude. Now I'm out, dude.
Yeah, the Jack. I can't do Jack and Cokes anymore, man.
No, me neither. I can't. Jack and Coke is rough, dude.
I don't like. I'll have a whiskey. Like, if we're having a good meal or something, I'll do a whiskey.
Sure.
Or I'll do an expensive whiskey or an expensive tequila.
Yeah.
But when it comes to the brown liquor, I can do one because I love the flavor, and that's it.
Yeah.
Or not, or it's just. I feel horrible.
Yeah,
it's
not. I don't know if it's the booze or the sugar from the Cokes.
It's the sugar.
Yeah, I mean,
well, it's the sugar from the booze.
That too. I guess,
I mean, I first found out about being borderline diabetic. I was drinking copious amounts of Jack Daniels,
right?
And I had to figure it out. So I did my own, drink Jack Daniels all night, come home, check my blood sugar levels.
You did the old white man, the poor man's fucking
and then
panel.
Did it later on.
Panel.
Did it, wait a couple of days and then do it with vodka and sodas, and didn't affect me at all.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's bad, dude. I'm bad on tequila, like bad tequila, like Patron and shit. I will try to punch people in the face, dude.
See, I don't get that, man.
I don't. Whiskey, I'm fine. Everything else, I'm fine.
But
bad tequila, though, fucking makes me meaner than shit, dude.
Well,
I don't know what
we'll avoid that.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah,
you don't want to see me mean, dude.
Yeah, and I'm good. Especially now that you've slimmed down a little bit.
I know. Now I got some stamina, dude.
I figured the way you were last, we'd both be gassed out. And now I'm gonna have to just 30 seconds you. Yeah. There won't be you start to go for the sprawl, and I'll be fucking sticking you.
Oh, I'm gonna be sprawling on you for sure, dude.
Oh yeah.
It's been a fucking wild week, huh?
Oh fuck.
I know, man. I can't believe it.
And you and I did. You had texted me and said, "Hey, let's talk about this and about what the cops did and what happened and all of this shit." And it just kept fucking bumming me out.
I know, it's such a bummer,
it's all over the place on bumming me out. It's the families and the children and what the cops didn't do, what the cops did do.
I know. Yeah.
But along with that is all of these people that you see that have their responses to it.
Right.
And like, I firmly believe that people should be allowed to own firearms
100%,
but I also firmly believe that they need to be vetted a lot more.
That was mine.
And I really, truly, truly firmly believe that anybody that goes on any type of social platform and immediately starts being an advocate for gun rights is a selfish piece of shit.
Right.
If you believe in gun rights, that's great. I don't disagree with you. I don't think people should be they should be taking people's guns, and there's reasons for all that stuff, and I get all that. But when you have a tragedy where something like this happens, and the first thing that you think about is, oh, this is our government trying to take our guns away, when there's a bunch of children and innocent people that are dead, and it just
it's
it is, it really is. And just all across, like, I couldn't even imagine, I mean, I having lost my best friend, I couldn't imagine if it was my kid.
Your kid, especially at school, and the place they're supposed to be safe in. You know what I mean?
Any of the kids, any of them.
Right.
If something happened to King at school, well, maybe not King. Okay. If something happened to Scout, something happened to Scout, it would really fuck me up.
Yeah.
And I'm second hand.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It's just so fucking sad, dude.
Yeah.
You know what's fucked up is I literally was called by my mom at like 11:30 for her to tell me that my grandma had just passed, right? Which it's been coming for a long time, and it fucking bums me out, dude. Like, just she suffered and in pain and the whole deal. So, I mean, obviously it's done, it's over, right? So I'm already like, it's starting to feel the rawness. And then the first fucking thing I see on social media is that. And it just fucking hit me, dude. And I'm not like a big crier or nothing, but like I totally fucking broke down for a good fucking 30 minutes and just was like, fuck, man, like this world is so fucked right now. You know what I mean? Yeah. It just hit me so hard. My grandma was one of the most important people in my life, especially when I was a kid. I mean, she was there to take care of us all the time. And, I could say a million amazing things about her, but to hear that, and then literally 20 minutes later, see that, what I mean? It was that Real News, No Bullshit that posted it first. They posted it at like 11:30, dude. Yeah. And it didn't even hit the news till about 1, you know what I mean? And they already had info and what was going on and shit like that. But it just fucking bummed me out, dude. And then immediately you start thinking like, here it comes, dude. Here it comes. All this fucking political banter back and forth, everyone fighting over gun rights and all this bullshit. You know what I mean? Meanwhile, as it starts to come out the next day later, this guy walked past fucking, I don't know how many cops, 4 or 5 cops walked in there. The on-campus police officer was not there. Now you have multiple cops outside waiting to go in why there's an active shooter in a fucking school
for over an hour,
for at least 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Enough time for parents to show up, get handcuffed, pepper sprayed, unhandcuffed, and jump the fucking fence and save their own children. And these fucking pigs, these worthless fucking pigs, these cowboy fucking from my cold dead hand Texas fucking pigs don't do shit when it counts, dude.
Yeah.
And it fucking made me so mad, dude. I mean, of all the states on earth, Texas is Mr. fucking, you know what I mean? And
yeah.
Mr. We'll fucking giddy up and ride. You didn't do shit. You fucking dropped the ball and you let a bunch of kids get killed that didn't have to, dude. And it's like it's infuriating to me. You know, I'm not an ACAB guy, but go fuck yourself, you coward pieces of shit. You know,
what's ACAB?
That all cops are bastards.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Which I'm gonna go and say some cops are bastards.
Oh no, yeah, some are, some aren't.
A solid half.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean,
you know, I'm not a big fan of them, but I'm not, you know, I'm not a moron.
But
either,
as I've gotten older and I get to be around different people and don't have the I'm a criminal, so I need to avoid these people. I'm just a normal
You're a normal person now.
Yeah. A lot of them are really cool, but you'll get around them. And there's some of them where they're still, you know, they're still just
fucking cops.
Dicks.
Yeah, totally.
Dicks. You know, I'll be at the bar and here's a guy that's super, super cool. One of these days, hopefully we can get him in here and we'll talk to him because he's a really intelligent, fun guy. And I like him a lot. Great guy. And then on the other side of the room, there's a bunch of them sitting at a table together and none of them are smiling. When they walk up to the bar, they're just kind of dicks.
Yeah.
And you're just like, you know, they're just all kind of that arrogant cop thing.
Yeah, totally.
You know, and it's,
yeah,
you know, anyways, besides.
And just to read the stories and hear the fucking stories about literally parents fucking trying to run in there and save their own kids and cops holding them back. And the cops aren't doing a fucking thing until the border patrol shows up for some reason and fucking annihilates the dude like immediately. You know what I mean? Like I just can't.
But no, were these guys I read into this a little bit over a couple of different things. And I didn't even think so are these guys like legitimate
cops,
like cops, right? They're not like campus security police.
The one guy, the resource officer that was supposed to be there wasn't that day.
Okay.
And they haven't released why.
Okay.
But the cops that were in the area that were called in or even watched him, saw him go into the building, chose to stand outside and not do a fucking thing for almost an hour.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, I'm sure at that point,
be...
once the calls start coming, there's tons of cops. Now they're so busy trying to fucking hold the parents back, and they will not go in. You know what I mean? Like, you take a fucking oath to protect people.
Yeah, you
know what I mean? And it's just
you're no longer a cop.
It's the biggest pussy fucking move I've ever seen by a group of people that claim to be the biggest cowboys on earth. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, 100%.
You know, and I just think there's a lot like, and it makes me think the same thing you were mentioning. Like, I'm a gun owner. I fucking love guns. I love blowing shit up. And I don't want to hear it's not time. You know, I don't want to hear any of that bullshit like about, you know, we can't fucking debate guns. This is a mental health problem. It is. It's a mental health problem on top of a fucking gun problem too.
Yeah.
There should be extensive mental background checks for buying weapons. That kid, that 18-year-old kid went and bought 2 fucking full death machines, which I own, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And walked straight into a school the next day and fucking annihilated kids. You're telling me that it's still okay to fucking grab shit over the counter and fucking walk out with it with nothing, with not a fucking thing.
Yeah.
Go fuck yourself, dude. Like, why can't we have a comprehensive mental background check, at least on top of the 10-day wait period? Who knows what would have happened if that kid had to wait 10 more days? He might have just killed himself. You know what I mean? Like, anyone who does that is willing to die anyway.
Yeah.
He might have just fucking killed himself. You know what I mean? Like, which is fine. But that's where I'm like, I don't want to hear the gun bullshit, because as much as I am an advocate for the Second Amendment, as much as I am an advocate for owning weapons and protecting yourself, I'm also a major advocate for having to step back and sit through a fucking process. And as much as it's going to be fucked up from the feds, and as much as the many flaws as it's going to be, like the DMV, oh fucking well, dude.
Yeah,
oh well. You know what I mean?
I don't understand how people don't all across the board. I mean, other than the people that still support one of the biggest lobbyists in the world,
right?
You know, which is the NRA. And
right.
I was a member of the NRA when I was a fucking kid and was for years, and then
right.
realized that it's just another big conglomerate trying to brainwash everybody so that they can make billions of dollars in lobbying money.
Totally, dude.
You know, I don't think they really truly stand behind anything they say. I think they're just there for the money.
It's there for the money.
Yeah. I just don't understand why they don't just have more comprehensive test. I mean,
totally,
it doesn't. It's
well, the reason is because of the money, you know. And like I of course I go to Twitter. All these fucking politicians, the lefties are talking about guns, the right people are talking about fucking, you know, whatever the fuck, protecting the guns and this and that. And yet, meanwhile, every single one of those cunts takes money from every corporation on earth. Every Democrat sponsored by fucking Pfizer now. Every fucking Republican sponsored by the NRA. So go fuck yourself until you're willing to take the money out of politics, to end lobbying, to end that kind of shit. I can't fucking believe a word any of you
that anybody says.
You know what I mean? And it's
anybody says.
And there is something weird because it's a truly American problem. And when I was looking at the statistics the other day, I mean, Rosie pulled up something the other day that was we have like an average of 135 school shootings a year at this point.
Yep.
The next closest country was 8.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's something going on. There's something fucking wrong. It's mental health. It's fucking too much access to too many guns. There's already this many guns in the world. You can't do anything about that. But maybe from this point on, we can go forward and change some shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's a uniquely American problem, dude. And part of it is like, everyone allows it to happen still, you know what I mean? And like, I don't want my kids to go to a fucking prison for school, dude. They shouldn't. The teachers have done everything they've needed to do. They train their kids. They fucking, you know what I mean? There's so many things that
putting
they're doing.
backpacks on your kids that are bulletproof.
Whatever. I mean, you know, the teachers are go through a lot of training for shit like this now, crisis training, stuff like that. I just don't understand how all these politicians can stand here and fucking call for change. Meanwhile, take money from the opposite side, no fucking problem. You know what I mean? Like
it goes back to with everything is their kids aren't going to be going to that school,
right?
Their kids are going to a private
it ain't
school.
Private schools getting shot up.
No, it's not going to be, you know, their whatever, you know, next level school that they're sending their children to, so that they can go on to Harvard, so then they can go on to take over being the politician and continue to fuck us for millennials,
right? Yeah, it's just fucking. It's infuriating. Watching all these politicians fucking just posture and say the things, and then act like they can't do anything about it because they won't cut their own money off in order to stop lobbying,
and they're not going to say anything, because if they do say anything at all in contrary to what everybody around them's speaking point is,
they're fucking they're ousted.
Out. Yeah, you know, exactly. I mean. I wish I could remember what that fuckhead Ted Cruz was saying. I was watching him.
Oh yeah, he was saying that we need to basically make schools more like prisons.
Yeah,
secure the schools.
Well, but if they do that, then they're already used to it. So that as things continue to become police,
when they get in trouble,
when we actually need the guns.
Yeah, exactly, dude.
When I went to school in Detroit for I went to a couple different schools in Detroit when I was younger.
I didn't know you lived there.
Yeah,
crazy.
It was a hot second. It was fucking nuts, man.
I bet it was.
Yeah, it was. My mom was with this guy named John, and John's gigantic black dude, much time in prison I guess have to have been in the 70s and 80s. And
right.
He was, you know, he ended up getting stabbed in the chest with a screwdriver and dying because somebody was trying to rob a house that he was at. And they assessed who was the most likely to be an issue and killed him.
Wow.
You know, so me and my brother were the only white dudes in this neighborhood.
Oh, I bet.
And it's what you would think it is, honestly.
Right.
What people, you know, you don't people look at these movies and they watch 8 Mile, or they watch, you know, there was one, The Principal or something, I think, with Jim Belushi. And people look at this stuff and they just, oh man, that was a good movie. but they don't understand when you get to inner cities like that. Like I went to a school that had a chain link fence, a giant chain link fence around the entire school, and they had turnstiles, and they had one going in, one going out, and they had, they had 3-4 people standing there, letting people in, letting people out. And this is elementary.
Right.
This wasn't high school.
Right. And this is in the fucking 60s.
You skinny fat fuck. So yeah, it was, we went there for a little bit, and it was, it was gnarly. Like,
right.
It was really what those movies portrayed. To a certain extent, the school was actually that way, and then they ended up moving us to a different school. So I mean, so we went from that school, and then they moved us to a school that it was called Epiphany, and it was a Catholic school, private Catholic school, and there was no chain link fence,
nothing, right?
It was a really super nice building, and that school that we were in, it's in Detroit, so the weather's an issue, especially in the wintertime when you're in school. So it looked like a big jail. It literally looked like a giant, multi-level 4-story brick building, and looked like a prison, man, but that's what all of the schools are going to end up being at. They're going to have to put chain link fence around the whole thing. So that, and not just in Oxnard, but in Ventura, in Belfair in Washington, out in the middle of the country or wherever. It's getting to the point because nobody's willing to go, all right, this is it. Let's all get together and sit down, think about these kids and these families and these parents and what they're going through and what all these Americans are going through.
Right.
What can we do to at least make it harder, for some, what was he, 18, right?
18
he just turned
18.
And
18, barely 18.
Barely 18.
And posted on social media that he was going to fucking shoot up his elementary school.
Yeah. And how does he have the money to go buy?
Well, I don't know.
And then, to shoot his grandma in the face and then jump in the truck. And it just the whole, I like, this was one of the ones I liked, was how they immediately started to talk about how close the city is to the border.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
And
like
I'm just like, what the fuck does this have to do
it's just
with
another
anything?
fucking talking point.
Another bullshit
it's
talking point.
It's such fucking asinine shit, dude. And it just broke my fucking heart. And then literally, like, my kids hear about it, right? You know what I mean? Like, and here's the fucked up part, dude, is that, like, it happens so fucking much, dude. My kids aren't even fazed by it anymore. They're not surprised. It doesn't, I mean, I'm sure it worries them at some point, but I literally, we talked to them, told them about it, and they're like, oh man, that sucks. Have you seen My Little Pony? You know what I mean? It's like, fuck, man. Like, if that, when we were kids, if something like that would have happened, it's a deal breaker. It's the world stopped, but now it's so fucking much. Even my kids at this point understand it's a part of the risk now growing up. Like, that your school might get fucking shot up by some psycho. And that broke me and Rosie were looking at each other, and we're like, because they spent about 5 minutes like, oh man, obviously they're concerned. It's a bummer. You know what I mean? They don't have no emotions about it, but it's literally like on to the next fucking thing.
Well, I mean,
it's like the 20th fucking time this year they've been talked to about it.
We're going to talk about this. And hopefully people listening to it will be discussing it, and maybe we can come to, maybe come up with something. But a week from now, nobody will be talking about it.
Right.
It won't be on the news anywhere. It won't be. There won't be anything. I mean, there was there was an active shoot over at E.O. Green in Oxnard.
Right.
And there was a few people at my
recently
work.
Or
no, this was
a long time ago, right?
Not a long time ago.
Oh,
and the last, I think it was before COVID. So,
yeah.
So,
I do remember that one.
Yeah.
Because there was a one there a long time ago where that kid executed the other kid for being gay.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But that was 10 years ago.
Yeah.
That was like one of the first, we were like, what the fuck? Like, If they were like fifth graders, dude. Six,
yeah.
you know what I mean?
And that happened in Oxnard? Yeah, see? Yeah.
I think it was, I'm 90% sure.
Yeah.
There's a reason I know it, and I don't want to talk about it on the podcast, but I'll tell you
no
after.
worries.
Anyway.
Yeah, when I was in school, I had a friend that got shot in the back of the head in the parking lot at school. And it was all gang related.
Yeah.
And a little Filipino kid walked up and just walked right in the
middle of everything.
This homie of mine, Deadeye, went to go pick up another homie's sister, and he was sitting there parked, right there waiting to pick up our other homie's sister. And one of the dudes, too cowardly to fight, and so he walked up and shot him in the back of the head, and it didn't make a blip anywhere at all.
Yeah.
And that was right about the same time, not around the same time, but within, probably a couple years, I'm guessing, maybe more. I don't know. This was quite a while ago. That kid got stabbed here in Ventura. Was it at Buena?
Oh, I don't know.
There was a kid that got stabbed, but I think it was at Buena or outside of Buena, and it was gang related. Yeah. It was Ventura gang related.
Well, that's the thing though. If it's gang related, they just shuck it off to being bad.
They didn't that.
Yeah.
When Manuel got shot in the back of the head, he's just a Mexican from Oxnard.
Oh.
There wasn't a word said about it. Like there was nothing. But when it happened at Buena, like that next week, there's a big op in the newspaper saying how Ventura County has a gang problem and laying out, like the Avenue and the Warlords and the Howleys and the, Midtowners and all the different stuff. All of a sudden, that was a huge issue.
Wow.
And I'm like, man, my homie got shot a couple years ago in the back of the head, sitting in the parking lot. And nobody said a word, but that's, we know that. The whole
we know what that is.
Shit.
Yeah, totally. It's systemic fucking racism.
Fucking brown gangster got shot.
Yeah, man, and that it's fucking sad. But I don't know. Last week was such a fucking. I mean, this week was such a weird one, dude. It just and then you start to see the next couple of days after that the school shooting. There's been multiple active shooters. There was a guy in fucking was it L.A. was shooting at people from his fucking apartment building. Like they were trying to fucking get him. And then there was there's been multiple like things like that since then. You know what I mean? So something, when people see that, it spawns more people to want to fucking do weird shit. It spawns
more people to want to do weird shit, but it also spawns, I don't like that I can't have a gun.
Yeah. For you.
Yeah.
Totally.
You know what I mean? Like I got in trouble 30 years ago. And because of what I did, and I get it, I got it when I got it, and but I can't, and then I think about, I'm not much of a runaway guy. I'm more a run towards guy.
Right.
I couldn't imagine those parents.
Fuck.
You pepper spray me, man.
Oh, dude.
Go ahead, pepper spray me and
chick,
see how
I can't
that
remember
works.
her name. I should have looked up her name. But I looked at it, but for her to get fucking handcuffed, to watch her husband get pepper sprayed, then they unhandcuff her, and then for her to scale the fence and run in there and grab her own fucking kids and run out, is wild, dude.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And that just shows you, like,
but how all of those cops should be removed from work, and they should never be allowed to work in law enforcement.
Never again.
And not one of these things that they do a lot where they go, okay, you're fired. And they go, oh, okay. And then they move to Minnesota
and then become a
cop out there like the next day.
I just can't, I can't imagine what, for me to put myself in a position of them, and it's not an excuse at all. I get it. Running into a fucking firefight is right. You know what I mean? Like on all things, I get it. But dude, when there's fucking children involved and there's an active shooter in a fucking school and you're telling everyone to stand down, dude, I don't care if it came from the top, the fucking bottom. You get in there, dude. You get in there and you do your fucking job, man. Yeah. Take the fucking bullet. Obviously, this kid, you don't know who he is. No military training, no fucking nothing. That's why he's in there with elementary school kids. It's fish in a barrel. He's a piece of shit. You know what I mean? Like, I can't wrap my head around why the fuck they wouldn't, if there was multiple of them, why would they not fucking go in, dude? You know what I mean?
To me, it's just, there's no way other than
Cowardice, dude.
you know, and I don't know how all of them were able to, you know, like, I don't know how there wasn't at least one of them that went, man, fuck you guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And as a parent, you know, I would be looking for dude.
Oh,
I would know who the guy was that pepper sprayed me, and I'd be patiently waiting for him to take his fucking badge off and then going, hey man, me and you got something to talk about.
Oh yeah. I do. The parents want to fucking kill him.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure they're going to get sued, but I watched a press conference, you know, yesterday with the fucking dickhead, whatever his fucking name was, you know, and just like, I mean, people are there fucking pissed, dude, yelling questions. Why the fuck wasn't the resource officer there? Well, we can't discuss it right now. And all these fucking arrogant cunts with cowboy hats on, you know what I mean? And you're just like, fuck you guys, man. This is the reason you guys talk such a big fucking game about fucking, you know, on site, shot dead, fucking blah, blah, and you didn't do the one fucking thing you brag about doing.
Is that the guy that said it could have been worse?
Mm-mm.
Did you see that one?
No.
Like, you know, this was bad, but you know, it could have been worse.
Oh, it could have. Yeah.
And I'm just all like, as a parent, again, in putting myself in their shoes and being empathetic, it's what the fuck do you mean it could have been worse? What are you talking about? It could have been worse.
Could have been fucking worse. Sure.
I lost my child.
I know. It's
you know, in that family where the lady that got killed and then the husband had a massive heart attack.
Dude, yeah. It's crazy.
That family.
Yeah.
You know, they anyways.
It's just a bummer, dude. But I think it is time to have a real conversation, you know, and I've always erred on the side of, you know, Second Amendment, dude. You know what I mean? We should be able to own guns. We should do it.
Same here.
But it is time to have a conversation about fucking gun control, dude.
I know that I can't own a gun.
Yeah.
I understand why I can't own a gun.
Yeah.
I've looked into and tried to figure out what it takes for me to I have to get pardoned by the governor. Is what it takes for me. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I've looked into like hiring a lawyer,
totally,
all this different stuff so that I can carry a gun. Yeah. And the reason that I want to be able to have access quickly to something is for protection. Isn't
totally, dude.
You know, I mean, if I want to go target shooting, I've got multiple friends would be like, yeah, let's go.
100%.
Yeah, you know, and so that's not that. It's really the fact that if I'm in a situation where there's a school getting shot up and I'm around, if I, and just to be able to, or the guy that's shooting from the roof, or one of these guys, like that guy that opened up fire on that subway and started killing people on the subway. If I'm on that subway, I'll take that chance.
Yeah. I mean, I mean, it's just fucking, I don't know.
It's not like I can run anywhere.
Well, I mean, yeah, but I grew up with guns, dude. I grew up with gun safety built into my family. Yeah. I'm teaching my children the same.
Yeah.
It's not a fucking toy. Yes, I let my kids shoot bow and arrow in the backyard. Yes, I let him shoot his airsoft gun in the backyard, that kind of shit. But there's rules, dude. And from a very young age, I've taught them gun safety. Don't ever fucking point it up. Always point it down. Finger only on the trigger when I'm going to shoot. You know what I mean? Always double check the fucking, always act like it's loaded. Always check the chamber. Yeah. You know what I mean? All these little things. Since they were fucking 5 and 6 years old, I've taught them these things because it was taught to me.
Yeah, same here.
You know what I mean? And that's a big part of what's missing in this world too, is that guns are such a massive, I don't want my kid shouldn't be in a hunter safety class.
Yeah. Why? I'm a vegan. Why would I want my kid to be in a hunter? Well, because this hunter safety class is teaching your child about how to handle and deal with firearms.
Yeah.
It's not about going out and stalking down a deer.
Sure.
It's about, this is how you safely use a long gun or a pistol or whatever. Yeah. This is how and where I went to school in Washington, it was part of the curriculum. Mm-hmm. You know, in junior high, it was
really?
Yeah. Wow. I mean, because everybody up there hunts.
Totally.
You know, it's part of life.
You had to learn it.
Yeah. So it was part of the program is we have a hunter safety program that we put on for these kids. And when you're 12 or 13 years old, you go take the hunter safety courses.
Totally, man.
You know, and they should be teaching these kids, all of them.
Right.
I don't care if you're in Ojai or if you're in Oxnard.
Right.
Everybody should be learning, like, the true
Basic gun
safety.
Yeah.
And nowadays and then they're gonna, if the schools that aren't doing it are going to be doing it, is they are going to have to do active shooter, which I've done that. I've done active shooter training.
Oh, really?
It's terrifying.
Yeah. Yeah.
Terrifying. As a guy that's been around gunfights,
Totally. Yeah.
been around and
yeah.
done stuff. We at my job, they did active shooter training. They do a lot of different stuff. Like I have in my work truck, I have a bulletproof vest, and like they really do, you know.
Damn, really?
Yeah. They're very active about this stuff. And doing that active shooter training, what they had us do is they go through and they talk, and they had like FBI agents and cops there, and fucking cops. So then they go, okay, now this is with the scenario, what we're going to do. You guys just do what you guys think you should do. And then we'll do a what do they call it?
Like an assessment or
something? At the end of it, we'll do a cold wash, whatever they call it. So when they go through and they do this active shooting stuff, and in my head, I'm like, okay, I'm looking around where I'm going to hide. And in my head, I'm like, I wouldn't have hid. I would have ran.
Right.
I wouldn't trying to be just, but I'm not, I'm thinking like, this is just a work thing, blah, blah, in my head at that first one. And I'm like, no, I'll just crawl over here.
Right.
So this guy's walking through the building with a AR shooting blanks.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So as he's walking through the building, you hear pop, 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 pop. So then he comes into the room that I'm in, and I kind of hid back underneath the desk and back a little bit. And he walks by me and he goes, pop, pop. And he throws a red card right next to where you're laying,
which
to show that you're dead.
Yeah.
It fucked me up.
Yeah.
It really,
totally.
really, and when they
that fast,
when they did, after they were done and we were all talking, and they were asking how you, and I raised my hand. I said, like I went into this thinking like this is kind of a, like it's cool. Yay, we're doing this, whatever. But I can't believe how emotionally charged it made me when he walked through and went pop, pop, and then threw that red card, because I wasn't, because I was just trying to take the easy way out, because I'm like, oh, this is just a work thing and whatever. But when that actually happened, man, I mean, just hearing the rounds go off, and this isn't a starter gun. This is a AR with like dummy rounds. Dummy so rounds, it's loud. It's loud. Gun, and the shock of that, and the thought after that, I was just like, man, that's I would have put a lot more. Okay, first of all, can we barricade the doors? If not, is there a way out to get out of here safely? Like I already know, because I assess every room that I walk into. I know how to get out of that room. Would it have been smarter for me to run out the back door? Or if it's all of us together, let's push these, but nobody did that. We all just kind of looked for a little place to hide.
Right.
And then afterwards, I'm like, no, that's not. It made me definitely question and think, what?
But how nuts would you have looked if you took it like completely serious?
I actually
like fucking barricading doors and shit. Like that would have looked insane.
It would have looked insane to everybody but the people putting it on.
Yeah, I know.
And those people are the ones that like came to me later. Yeah.
Jay's fucking throwing desks through windows and shit.
Fuck it. Just if the door doesn't open outward and the door opens inward, why are you not going to make it harder for them to open 100%, up the door?
Yeah, 100%.
And later on, one of the guys walked up and was like, "How did and was kind of talking to me about it?" And he goes, "You would have done things differently, wouldn't you?"
Oh yeah.
And I went, "Oh yeah, I definitely would, and I would definitely do it differently now, even like I would take it as serious as it was actually happening if they did it again, because that feeling that helplessness when that red card hit that ground next to me.
And it's a training exercise, and you're safe, you know what I mean? But it's like, dude, you're fucking dead. You know what I mean? And it's like weird, because when I've talked to my kids about it, and I don't, I've been around guns my whole life. I've been too close to things that I shouldn't have been too close to. I've made my own mistakes with shit like that. You know what I mean? And it's like when I talk to my kids about like, I'm like, what do they tell you to do? Like if there is an active shooter and they say, you basically just have to hide until they tell you to come out. And I said, bullshit. I said, if there is a fucking active shooter on that place and you are in the quad, you run to the closest fucking fence, scale it, and get the fuck out. Yeah. That's it. I said, do not hide. Fucking run. If you are in class and you have to barricade yourself, you throw as much shit as you can against that door. You stay below the windows and you find a corner and you barricade your fucking self in that corner.
Yeah. Which is what they should be teaching everybody.
Which is what they should be teaching.
We're at a point where that has to happen like that, man.
You know what I mean? And it's like, I've told my kids multiple times, like, do not, if you have to break what the teacher says, because you know what I mean? There's something that, and you see an exit out of there to get the fuck out and you're hearing gunshots that seem like they're kind of far away, get the fuck out of there.
Yeah.
Get out of there. It may not be the right technical thing, but get the fuck out of there. You know what I mean? Like your brother, same. You know, I tell King the same. It's like, dude, get the fuck out of there. If you see there's an avenue to leave, get out. You know what I mean? And listen, watch, be aware, so you're around. You know, and it's crazy that I have to explain it to my kids.
Bronson's gonna be like, fuck you, I'm blowing my piece out. I'm going after him. Fuck them. He's gonna be in his diaper. He's gonna reach down and pull out a little piece. Walter PK and
the guy would walk through the door and he'd fucking retract upside down and be like, Bronson is a fucking savage. It's all like Mission Impossible. Fucking, yeah, dude, that kid's fucking ridiculous. I don't know, man. It is such a fucking wild bummer, dude. And my heart goes out to those kids. My heart goes out to the parents. My heart is furious at those fucking pigs.
Hey, your heart, speaking of which, your heart's probably feeling pretty good with all this weight you lost.
I know.
Man.
Yeah, it is.
You know,
30 pounds, buddy.
Your fucking belly button's been staring at me through that fucking little too tight shirt.
Yeah. Hey, man. Hey, this
I've been excited most of the time.
If you look at me in this shirt,
trying to have a conversation.
If you look at me in this shirt at that Christmas episode, this bad boy was fucking pinned, bro.
Yeah.
It was hanging on for dear life.
You know, I have shirts in my closet that I'm right there.
Oh, yeah.
You know, but if that shirt goes anything even a little bit, I won't wear it.
You won't wear it.
No. It has to be.
Yeah.
You know, it's
I get you, man. Yeah.
I call it the Oxnard fit.
Yeah.
You know, I'll wear my shit with the Oxnard fit. It's got to be, you know, if I'm wearing a 2X, I'm wearing 3X. If I'm wearing 3X, I'm wearing 4X.
Yeah, man.
You know.
No, I'm fucking. I feel good, dude. Honestly, like, you know, I'm used to the thing I'm doing, the diet now, and it's fucking. It obviously works. I've not worked out one time. You know.
So are you off for Memorial Day?
Am I off what? Oh yeah. I work. Yeah, I got a 3-day weekend.
So no tri-tip, no potato salad.
No, I'm grilling up a brisket. I'm smoking a brisket, just the flat. Yeah. Just the point.
Yeah.
Or the flat, sorry. For tomorrow for a barbecue. But yeah, we're trying to keep it real. Dude, we haven't cheated really one night or one day. And you know, like I said, it's about a month and a half and I'm down 30 pounds.
That's awesome, man.
You know what I mean? So I feel good, dude. Like I feel really fucking good, man.
I'm barbuing today.
I know.
I'm gonna barbecue chicken.
I'm not nearly as sad anymore.
I'm doing tri-tip and I'm gonna do pulled pork and pulled pork for the bar tomorrow, by the way.
That's very good.
Anybody that's listening, I guess it'll be too late, but
yeah.
Tomorrow at the bar, I'll have pulled pork sandwiches for everybody.
Good for you, man.
Yeah. Yep. And you really are. It's just not nearly as fun as it was 2 weeks ago.
I know.
Because you're just like,
I was a defeated man.
Like, and what's the program called?
Octavia.
Yeah.
So,
and it really has worked.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I'm eating literally 800 to 1,000 calories a day.
And you're just okay with the miserableness?
Now I am. Yeah, I am. It took about 2 weeks, dude. I think the first one where you're really fucking me was like week and a half in, dude. I'm starving. You know what I mean?
Looked
like
angry.
But now I'm fucking like I'm used to living off of it. You know what I mean? It is what it is. And it's working. You know, once you start to see those results, man, it fucking really helps you keep motivated. I'm down like 3 notches on my belt, dude, which is pretty surprising. You know?
Wow.
Yeah.
I've never
cool.
changed belt sizes since high school.
Except for up.
No.
No, never.
Nope. Never changed. Never changed.
You're one of those
size.
rare fat guy, skinny waist guys.
Dude, seriously, man. It's all right out front. There's the rest of it is there's just all gut, you know?
Yeah, man. Hey,
all gut, no butt.
That's it is what it is. Dude.
Yeah. Not it's fucking
you're
annoying.
like you look like the human version of a 5-year-old cartoon drawing.
Yeah. I've heard that before many times actually. Of course, she used to tell me that quite a bit.
Did she? Oh, God
she,
bless her,
she dressed like a kid in first grade. The parents
the
allowed them to
overalls
dress
and
with,
shit.
with the fucking. You're wearing green socks and a yellow shirt and fucking a pink bow tie. What?
You look like your parents gave up on you.
Yeah,
like 35 years ago.
Yeah. She always said it with a twinkle and a smile. So
that's funny.
It always made me happy when she gave me shit.
Yeah, dude.
Which she did a lot.
Yeah. Well, good. The good ones should, you know.
Mm.
Yeah, Rosie got me really good with something the other day. I can't remember what it was, but I laughed my ass off for a fucking day about it, dude. Something about I said something dumb. She just fucking called me out immediately on it, dude.
Honey,
I'm over here asking her how to spell things. I'm a 40-fucking-year-old man. I'm like, how do you spell blah blah blah? She's like,
everybody expects it from me though.
Yeah,
it's not nobody's going, oh, Jay knows how to spell. It just isn't happening.
Yeah,
which is weird. My reading comprehension is out of bounds.
I can read
man,
good.
I cannot spell.
Yeah.
Like, how can you? Why is it? I go, I don't really read the words. I just kind of look at them and keep going.
Yeah.
Like, what do you, I'm not trying to spell the word out. I'm just trying to get
I don't know, man. It's brutal. All right. Well, fuck, dude. Let's get the fuck out of here. Thanks for tuning in, guys.
Hey, and this is after Memorial Day and but for our grandfathers and our uncles and aunts and all the people and that have been in the service and have done this stuff for us and been there for us and doing what they feel they needed to do. Thank you. It's much appreciated. All the people that are still doing it, it's much appreciated.
Right.
I don't necessarily understand why you're doing it, but thank you for doing it.
Right. Unless you're those fucking cops that didn't do shit at that school.
Yeah, dude.
Fuck yourselves.
Yeah.
Totally. Please, guys, like and subscribe. Hit that notifications bell on YouTube. It doesn't mean a lot to you, but it means a lot to us. Check out the Facebook fucking sucks dick, but check out the Instagram page. I post stories on there from TikTok all the time. There's some good follows on there. And I really appreciate it. Check out the merchandise. We got more merch dropping here pretty soon. It's laughjunkies.com. Look up Get Heavy Podcast. Link is in the description of this podcast. And we love you. Have a great Memorial Day. Eat some fucking meat for me. And that's it. All right. Bye.